This morning, it's a beautiful morning. We're at the Bingham Wagoner Estate, and George Caleb Bingham was a famous 19th century Missouri artist and politician who I know him from my Civil War history. The Kansas City Union jail collapse, which was the reason given for the burning of Lawrence, Kansas, one of the reasons by William Quantrill and his raiders. George Caleb Bingham's family owned that property, and the Union used it as a makeshift prison, and Bingham was very upset when he believed that there was sabotage and it was an actual deliberate act by the Union officers in charge. And he, though he was a Unionist, he did not like the Jayhawks very much. He thought they were too violent and extreme. And I'm sure you've seen his artwork. It's pretty common, pretty popular, very folksy art depicting daily life in the 19th century Missouri. A lot of it along the river and stuff. And one of his famous pieces was at Order number 11. There was an order put out after Lawrence, Kansas was burned by a Union general to evacuate the western part of Missouri and force everybody out and burn all their property and steal all their property. And of course he was very upset about that, and kind of in revenge he painted that painting depicting atrocities committed by the Union. There were atrocities committed by both sides during that time, so it was a very unhappy period. And it's unfortunate that there are people who romanticize that time and would like to revisit that kind of situation. And I'm sad to say I've never been to this property. I'll have to fix that, because it looks very interesting. We walk all the way around the house. That's the main house. Let's go to the other side here. Very beautiful. Today's choice of coffee is here in Blue Springs. Achia! Blue Springs got a better deal when got Blue Springs. What a gorgeous morning over Main Street here. Let's get us some coffee. Coffee.
They use hay though.
What is his dad like?
His dad?
Stepdad. As much as I storm chase, I do not like.
Well,
you ran right as he showed up, which looked weird. And there's somebody rushing in behind him. Oh, I don't know.
I think it's from the
Good view, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. Really, I don't know.
I think it's from the like an hour of rain yesterday, probably longer.
Yeah.
What time did I leave? 12? What time did I get there? No, I left before 12:30. No, it was 12:15.
As soon as he left the house, I answered, and they were like, he left without a jacket. It's going to be raining.
What was that?
When you left to go to gigs.
I did ask to go to the house first, and then I was gonna walk. I had asked Gabe for a pair of shorts.
Don't ask me why I'm here. It's been a long night. The fact that it's daytime when I say it's been a long night shows you how long the night has been. Wow. The rain and severe weather last night has brought on summer. It's like low 80s, I think. Everybody's taking pictures. No wonder I'm getting stared at. I need coffee. I'm gonna break my fast today, which is also lunch. Racha. I love the old pictures in here. This used to be a place called La Salas. This is really cool. This is part of the Parade of Hearts. I'm gonna say I really like this one. To give you an idea. I've also been told to check out the big smoker they have back here. It's pretty cool. The backside of this artwork is pretty neat too. I can only get my camera to work. Neato. We are live at Washington Square Park, which may be future home of a certain baseball team. There's all our setup here. Have to cover up because we got some storms rolling in, and we've been seeing lightning and the wind has picked up, but of course as I put the camera up, the lightning runs away naturally. Here we are, and this storm just sort of popped up almost on top of us. It's more down south, more definitely rigorous stuff down south. That's where all the severe weather might be. And it's starting up. There's the rain coming. The lightning has gone away. There's some lightning. Just kind of hunkering down, riding it out. Just have a brief break for coffee. I thought I would, on my way back, stop here in Farley, Missouri. And then I thought, why don't I do my little driving tour? It's a pretty little village in Platte County on the west side of the county. Many people have not heard of Farley. Chris Farley, but not Farley, the town. The Cashew Short Bus. It's an old school. All right. This is the heart of Farley. That used to be, that live bait place used to be a little coffee shop. And there's this really pretty church here in town, the Lutheran church. And it's not a very big place, so this is going to be a very short video. And this is a Mo 45 highway. Look that way. And we look to the north here. Alrighty then. I am sick as a dog. I got a bad case of stomach flu, and it hit really hard right before our live hits. So, ugh. I got to go to a convenience store and take care of some business and get some Pepto and anti-diarrheal medicine. Oh, we're in Clinton covering a tornado that hit yesterday about 6 p.m. Mostly minor damage, no one hurt, and it's a good thing. I think it was a small, brief tornado. It's time for the long trek home, probably with some stops in between. I'm gonna drive past Clinton Square on the way out. The first place you go here is the Katy Depot. This is a MKT, Missouri, Kansas, Texas railroad tracks through here. And here's the Katy Depot. I don't know what they're doing with it. This is bike rack. Clinton, Missouri is known for having one of the biggest town squares in the country, I believe. It's a big one, and it's pretty. So I will power through my stomach issues to show this. Oh, we're missing another tooth here. I don't remember those buildings being gone. A lot of these kind of places are endangered. A lack of maintenance destroys buildings. There was where this new part of the square was a building that collapsed in 2006. One person was killed. It was an Elks Lodge. He was practicing for a speech, and on the upstairs, and the building collapsed and killed him. Just passed by a coffee shop. My original evil plan was to try and, after everything was done, go back home and stop at a coffee shop, either here in Clinton or maybe go up via Warrensburg. But my stomach is still yelling. I still have tummy ache, and not a good sign. But yeah, it's quite a beautiful square when you're not shooting into the sun. And I think it's time to head home. We are coming into Warrensburg, Missouri. I old stomping grounds, the University of Central Missouri. Back in my day, we called it CMSU, or Central Missouri State University. Oh wow, they got rid of the president's house, the historic old structure. Totally gone. It's ridiculous. Maybe it burned down. I don't know, I'm being judgy. Doubt it. A lot has changed. There's 13 highway is bypassed the town. It goes around to the east side of town, many miles to the east. So you have to take a business 13 into town. This house on the northeast corner is a prairie style house. And I don't know. Looks like they've done away with a lot of the stuff that made it look kind of unique. Anyway, I have an ulterior motive to come here. With my sickness, I guess I'm feeling dangerously sleepy. And so I'm going to pull over here and place where maybe I can take a nap and be close to a bathroom. Here at the old Mopac Depot. I say maybe because they may have gotten rid of all the parking up here. Yeah, it's all handicapped on that side and reserved on the other side. So, ulterior plan. Park on the street in the shade over there. Might take another one of those anti-diarrheal pills. Now it looks like they remodeled this building on the corner. It was falling in on itself. Looks like the windows are new at least. Here's Pine Street. Used to be one of the biggest party streets in Missouri. Lots of bands, some even famous, remember this street, especially this place up here on the corner of the Bush sign. That's Bodie's live music venue. Like I say, I wanted to get some coffee, perhaps, but no, it's my stomach cannot handle coffee this morning. Oh my God, did he say that? No coffee? You must be sick. Definitely. Oh, definitely. Let's see how we can get turned around here. There used to be where all these crummy apartments are. There used to be an old hotel that the school eventually bought. It was a boarding house for the male students way back when. And I think the school bought it, took it over, and it became the boarding house / dorm for male students for a while, and then it became a really crummy, rundown, cheap apartment. Kind of notorious. And eventually it came down. Alrighty. Not so level, but It'll do. Let's see if I got enough of a nap to make it home now. I certainly feel like ASS. There's a coffee house I'm not going to. There's the site of the former tea house. Still empty. Still got the Blackadder signs on it. Tea house existed from 1969, maybe 1966 to 2007. Then Cafe Blackadder from 2007 to when? I can't remember. There's a couple of other new coffee houses. This courthouse is the site of where the phrase "man's best friend" was coined about dogs. It's about Old Drum, a loyal, faithful dog that was shot by the owner's neighbor for raiding his chickens. The owner took him to court at the old courthouse, which is, if you take a left here and go a couple blocks, you end up in the old courthouse, the old town square. And Senator Graham Vest defended, or was not the defender, but the one with the man who took his neighbor to court for shooting his dog, and he made this eulogy speech, and there's a statue of Old Drum with the speech that he made in front of the new courthouse. I also believe in the front of the old courthouse too. Yep, so if you ever want to come to Warrensburg, come visit Old Drum, and if you go north of here and east to Marshall, Missouri, you can visit one of the world's smartest dogs. Now the name is escaping my tongue. We just did a story about a fun event honoring him. I'll think about it when I don't need to think about it. That's how that always works. Marshall, Missouri, you could look it up. It's like, as soon as you click on Marshall, Missouri, you'll see it. Oakley dokley, we're getting out of here. I was going to go up towards Lexington and go back the real slow way, but I feel so bad. I don't want to get on the highway, or at least I didn't earlier because it would be hitting it in rush hour. Now it's not so bad, but I just don't feel like getting on the highway. So we're going to take 50 back and then decide where from there, 291 to 210 or 50 back, pretty much all the way. And I don't know. This is where the old US 50 used to come through Warrensburg. Then it became a business route. They bypassed it. The new 50 highway is blocks to the north. There's a signboard for Old Drum. And I love to visit the cemetery. I spent quite a lot of time here. Cemeteries are pretty cool, especially a beautiful one like this, very peaceful. You got all the Civil War soldiers from both sides here and from this area. It's just cool. Well, anyway, I don't want to be too boring too long. Home, sweet home. Finally. After feeling all blah yesterday from that stomach flu or whatever it was, it really knocked me out. I laid in bed, didn't do anything, couldn't eat anything. Finally started eating porridge and feeling better towards the evening. I feel better today, hopefully. And man, terrible. Had a turkey sandwich and some chips. And I'm gonna go try to have some tea here at my tea shop. Tea. Tea.
Norville and just generally the city of Chillicothe. Here's Chillicothe, probably right on the south side or generally on the southeastern part of town. Get to your basement, it's an interior room, get to anything that does not have any windows, to stay safe from any sort of flying debris. What the image is here that you're seeing on your, that is up near Smithville, but 169. Just north of Trimble, okay, storm. That's different than what we're looking at here with Chillicothe. But take that full screen real quick.
Looking near Gower, this is the storm that previously had a tornado warning on it. It does not still, but that's that is at least the remnants of a wall cloud in the Midwest, and that will line up with some emergency management.
And Sullivan County goes to a 430 for northern Lynn County and south central Sullivan County as well. Watching closely at this big thunderstorm, which I'll show you in just a second, this big thunderstorm that is south of Topeka. That's a Boeing feature that gives damage to wind gusts and brief tornado spin-ups. I mean, this one down here, what looks like just a blob east of Emporia, that is a feature that is trying to push through with a brief tornado threat and some damaging wind gusts overall. So we talked about how the environment is somewhat better still in Marshall and Sedalia. I mean,
I've probably driven about 500 miles this week, and I've driven too much today. Bug. Jimmy, what's up, pup? I think you're gonna disappear in these weeds over here, Jimmy. Better be careful. It's time for a hot drink in a third space. I'm drinking lemonade with ginger in it. This is a day of rest. I might even go out a little later. I'm just getting caught up on some things. And chillaxing. I have not been getting enough exercise lately. I should try to rectify that situation. The weather is beautiful and everybody's out. So me and Jim here are gonna take in the weather and enjoy a little. Plus, things have been really stressful around the house lately, so I gotta get out. I had my morning of laying around and doing nothing, and then some more stress came in, so let's do a little more than nothing. So let's enjoy this weather. Oh my God. So we've turned around on our walk here at the Main Street Inn. And if my cousin ever watches these, the one who provided us a place to stay in London, if she ever comes out here, I have this in mind for her. I'd like to return the favor someday. That is, if you can book into this place, I don't know. But it's a beautiful setting. It's very picturesque, very relaxing, and it's actually close to the city, even though it puts off kind of a rural village vibe. All of this is part of it. It's a beautiful place. It is a Starliner. Yep, my dream car. It'll probably remain a dream. Sorry for the reverse angle, but he says it has a Chevy V8 in it and a modern transmission, which most of them do because it's hard to find those. Impossible to find, actually, and definitely impossible to find in original condition. Most of them been swapped out with usually Chevy engines. And if I had one, it'd probably be, I'd prefer it to be not really a classic original car, but you know, probably the body, and then you know, a lot of the interior look original, but things like the components, like the engine, be more modernized, and that way I could actually drive it and not feel super guilty, because a classic is hard to care for, and I'd love to drive the thing. Jimmy's got his little doggy water. I got my Arnold Palmer tea and lemonade.
Bye.